And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream for another round of twos presented to you today by Minor League Esports. And this stream is brought to you by APM Music. My name's Nigel Thornbreak, and I'll be your host. Alongside me here in the booth today is Pikachu. How you doing, Pikachu?
Oh, I'm great. Second series of the night, kind of similar storylines for both the series as I'm casting tonight. I think we're going to see maybe a high-scoring series. The stats kind of show both teams have really good shots, not too many goals, so could be a high-scoring series. Could be a very low-scoring series like last series where they kind of just bonked it off the post a lot.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be looking to see some action here. So this time we're looking at Champion League 2s, just like the last series. Again, Eclipse versus Lightning. Do you have any stats for where both of these teams stand in their division so far this season?
As for the division, I believe Lightning, these are both very similar teams, both 0-2 in terms of series, 2-8 for the Lightning, 3-7 for the Eclipse. So they're both on the lower end of the divisional rivalry. Both teams coming in looking for their first series win of the season, but Eclipse have that one game edge over the Lightning, so it could go really either way.
Absolutely. And especially when it comes to divisional standings, you know, it's the beginning of the season. It's only week 3. This is the end of the first round of divisional play. So each team will definitely be looking to claw their way back into playoff contention with a big result here. But a 5-0 puts you right back into contention for the division. So both teams, again, looking for a good result. We're finally starting to see the players jumping onto the pitch here. So we'll be underway in just a minute. Just waiting on the Eclipse. And it looks like we're still missing one. So even though we're seeing the countdown timer going on, I'm sorry, I'm casting the test lobby again. That happens sometimes. Okay, so any predictions? I mean, do you have a horse in this race? Do you know much about either team here?
I don't know too much about CL, but I'm willing to go out on a limb. I know Eclipse a little bit. I almost joined that team last season. I know Lucy really well, I think. Great player. I also know Fadeace, very mechanical player. So I think it really could swing either way. I'm going to go 3-2 Eclipse.
All right. I like getting in there with even the game score of the series. I think I would actually agree. Lucy is a good player. Matthews went first overall, I think, or the first pick of the CL draft this season. And so I think that would be my guess, too. If we're going to make a prediction, I'd probably go maybe 3-2 Eclipse. But yeah, it should come down to hopefully they'll put on a good match for us either way here.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great series. Last series, we saw a lot of boost management from the Aviators that led to slower rotations out of the other team, the Hawks. So if either team can kind of start that boost, get a better sense of direction in terms of the midfield play, I think that may be the Eclipse, just in my opinion. But it could swing either way. It depends on how rotations go in this first game.
Absolutely. So we'll look to see how boost dependent each team is, how dependent they are on the big boosts. But here we go. The kickoff countdown timer is underway, and the kickoff happens. And we're finally underway. Game 1 here of this third series of the stream tonight. And just a reminder for everybody that if you see a good play on the stream, hit !POTW in the stream chat. It'll bring up the details of how you can clip that and submit it for a Play of the Week candidate. Fadeace there with an early flick, 15 seconds into the match, and the Lightning are up 1-0.
And I also want to note, that is a clip-worthy play, more so because he is rocking the Esper, and he just did that. Like, that is a card you do not see very often used in gameplay, and he just makes it look easy.
I mean, so are you telling everybody on stream that you're really into that whole cars are more than just a placebo thing?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I feel like if less people use it and you score with it, it's just different, you know? Like, if you see someone hit a flip reset double tap with a Merc compared to an Octane, you're going to think a lot more of the guy who hit it in the Merc, right?
I mean, that's true, but is that just something that us fans like to talk about? Or, wow, and looks like Lucy with a big miss there on the goal line, allowing Might to get in there and drive home the second goal of the match. And the Lightning are up quickly, 2-0, and there's still 4 minutes, 16 seconds left to play here in the first game. Sorry, that was not Lucy's miss, that was Matthew's miss.
Yeah, and I think just better rotations. I think game 1, obviously, like most times, are often than not, is a feeler game for both teams, but these Lightning, they're coming out swinging out of the gates, 3 goals in just under a minute to put them up 3-0.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we talk about it a lot too. It's just maybe it's a little bit of stream jitters, maybe it's a little bit of getting a read for the opponent and a read for how the ball is playing on the field, etc. But it definitely seems like the Eclipse are a step behind right now, and being down 3 goals definitely not doing anything to help out your ego or your confidence. But you need to find something, a way to get something going here.
Yeah, now Matthew's going to try to go for a little bit of an air dribble around one. No double, though, and both players miss it. Lucy going to have an open shot off the post, a little bit too close for comfort, but it's still going to find its way in. 3-1 now for the Lightning.
Yeah, it seemed like Lucy definitely made an effort there to miss this open net, but unfortunately the post said, no, we're putting this one back in. And the Eclipse draw within 2 of the Lightning there, so hopefully we're starting to see a little bit of something happen here, and they're maybe starting to get their wheels underneath them and get the game underway for reals this time.
Yeah, and I think the Eclipse just had a little bit of a wake-up call when they got 3 goals slapped on them in the first minute. And that's the same thing that happened with the last series. The Aviators came out swinging, scored 2 goals in about 15 seconds, and then the game kind of settled in. Both teams settled in as well. It went about 4-1 for the Aviators, but both teams kind of settled in around midway through game 2, so I wouldn't expect this game to be a representative of what we're going to see. And Matthews with a great backward shot coming off of the crossbar. And now Mike going to bring that one out, but Lucy's going to put it right back in. Another clear out, but no second touch for Fades.
Yeah, now that we're coming in on 3 minutes left in the game here, we're starting to see, I think, everybody settle into the game a little bit, but no clear domination or real win yet in terms of who's got the possession. As I say that, the Lightning say, hold my beer, or hold my controller. I'll show you. I'll put this one here. Mike with a great shot to get it just past the stretching reach of Matthews. Right on the post, puts it past him, and the Lightning now back up 4-1.
Yeah, that's great recognition by Mike just to put it off of the post, make the defender chase for it, kind of just slot it back post where the defender is, and that's great play from the Lightning, Mike, just to put that one in the back of the net, and I think they're just playing smarter in this game 1 now. Matthew's going to look for a double tap pass, but no one's there to cover it because Lucy got demoed on that play. Now Fades going to get a 50, and that Esper, as we know, not too great in the 50 department, but it'll make do for now. Now Mike going to bring it back up with no boost. Matthew's going to 50 that one back into the corner, and another possession coming up for the Eclipse.
Right, and we see Lucy gets a big clear there, but getting bumped on the exchange there in the challenge, so the ball gets through, but Lucy does not, and so kind of conceding possession there. And like I was saying earlier, we haven't really seen a strong hold of possession from either team, although so far the battle seems to be going Lightning's way, and there's yet another one that just pops up and kind of lazily drops into the net, and the Lightning up now 5-1 in game 1.
Yeah, and I think the real X factor here is Fades. He seems to be in the right spot, right place every possession, and 5-1 just a representation of that, doing a great job rotating in and out on these plays, and the Lightning up 5-1 thanks to Fades and his quick rotations. Now Lucy going to try to spark some offense in this Eclipse team. A great demo coming out. Matthew's going to tap that one off of the backboard and just put it in. 5-2, and a little bit of a spark of hope for this Eclipse team going into just about 2 minutes to play.
Absolutely, and really just a nice heads-up play there from Matthews. So we're starting to see glimmers of hope, flashes of brilliance maybe from the Eclipse, and maybe we're finally starting to see them settle into the game. But again, we've seen so far this whole game as we just passed the 2 minutes left mark, the Lightning really just been able to capitalize on catching them out of position, and Fades in particular, getting these big booming clears. And it seems to be having an effect on the Eclipse so far.
Yeah, and I think the Eclipse, what they need to do right now is kind of hold on to possession, because every time they seem to get like a booming clear out, or the opposite team, the Lightning, if they get a booming clear out, you're giving away possession of that ball, and it's not benefiting you at all. And if you're the Eclipse, you really want to hold on to the ball as much as you can right now. Matthews going to read that touch off of the sidewall and look for another one, but Mike going to clear that one back out. Matthews going to put it right back in, chases out the defender, and Fades going to bring this one up the wall.
That was really excellent possession here from Fades, and a nice pass off the wall out to Mike in the mid, but Lucy's there to stop it. Matthews back up into the middle, and we have sort of a dangling ball in the middle of the field. Lucy back in time though but gets a bad touch off of the wall, comes right back into play. Fades just drives into the net. It's 6-2 now, Lightning.
That's just a great read by Fades to anticipate where that ball is going to go off of Lucy's touch. And I think Lucy thought he had a little bit more on it, but Fades just figuring out where their ball is going beforehand. And now 6-2, and Fades looking like a great player for the Lightning here in this first game of play.
Oh, Matthews just absolutely had made Mike leave his axles behind. Huge fake, and walks one right back in. And so the Eclipse stay within 3 now with that goal. And there's still a minute left, so, you know, it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, anybody's game here, but if you're the Eclipse, you want to start pushing on the offensive side, pushing the issue, just winning those kickoffs, controlling those 50s, starving those boost pads, and just getting demos or bumps wherever you can. Try to get that ball in the net as fast as you can, give you as much time to tie this game up. And Matthew's going to put that shot on, but Fade's right there to save it away. And Mike almost gets demoed out by Matthews, but he holds onto the ball. And now 50 across. Fade's going to read that. No defenders back for the Eclipse for now, but Lucy's going to catch up to that one. Now 30 seconds to go. Still a 6-3 game for the Lightning.
And with every touch here, the Lightning are just inching closer to that win, taking away precious seconds off of the clock for the Eclipse, trying to bring it back. Still a 3-goal deficit, and now less than 20 seconds left in the game. Fade Ace on the attack. Mike there for the pass. Wow, that's pretty. 7-3 Lightning, and like we were mentioning earlier, don't forget to hit !POTW for all the details you need to submit clips of this game for Play of the Week, and a reminder that the winner of Play of the Week each week here in MLE will win themselves a case of Balls Were On.
That was a great pass and play from Mike to finish up on. Great play from Ace to get it all the way over to him in the sidewall, and now another flick over. Just trying to add insult to injury, and now Lucy going to be able to clear that one back out, but it's not over yet. Matthews just trying to hold out. No more goals for the Lightning.
And so the Lightning take it 7-3 game 1. So obviously the Lightning came off to a pretty fast start, and then we saw the Eclipse sort of settle in, and it sort of settled into a more even game. But ultimately, the scoreline shows 7 goals for the Lightning on 10 shots versus 3 goals for the Eclipse on 11 shots there. What do you think that tells you about the rest of the series here, and are you still feeling good in your prediction?
My prediction feels a little bit weird right now. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm not gonna change it. It's just the Lightning came out swinging, and if you're the Eclipse, you've got to put more shots into the net, not just on net. That offensive pressure is great. Matthews having 8 shots, that's great, but only 2 of them going in the net. Only 25% of those going in the net. That's not gonna get you to catch up to the Lightning. It's 7 goals on 10 shots. It's a 70% shooting percentage as a team. And if you're the Eclipse, you got to find ways to defend those shots and put more shots in the net, because if not, this series is going to go the way of the Lightning.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'll be the one to maybe say I was wrong on that initial prediction here. The Lightning showing us, hey, you know what, they really are here to play. But really, Fade Ace having 100% goal participation on 7 goals. What a game from Fade Ace. And at this point, I'm saying he's the player to watch out for.
Yeah, so I would say that as well. I would say that as well. Fade Ace looking like definitely the player to watch out for. If you're the Eclipse, you want to try to get him out of the play as much as you can, because that 100% goal participation is very scary, especially in twos.
Absolutely. So we get underway with game 2 here, and Fade Ace trying to put a shot on net, but of course both the Eclipse players back in time to easily defend that and knock it away. Now the Eclipse have a chance on their offensive half of the field. Mike with a good 50 in front of the net. Matthews trying to clean up his 2, but misses the touch. Lucy just back in time. What a save. What an excellent touch to even get it to the corner here. That's a huge stop from Lucy.
Yeah, and that's a great stop from Lucy. A great carry out by Matthews to get it past one defender up a backwards 50. And now Mike going to push this one right back out. Going to chase it down for possession, but Lucy's going to be there to 50 it back into the corner. And now with a little bit of time on the side, Lucy's going to clear this one out. Looking for maybe a second touch, but Fade Ace is there to read it, and looking like another Lightning possession coming down the field.
But Fade Ace, uncharacteristically, they're sort of throwing away possession, and Matthews immediately pounces on it. Mike, coming off the backboard, beats Lucy with 1 touch, but doesn't look like he can get a second past Matthews. And we continue to go back and forth in the midfield.
Now Matthews going to take this one, maybe up the wall, but he just leaves it there for Mike off the backboard, looking for a read. Maybe it's Fade Ace looking for that read. Great save out by Matthews, but leaves the ball kind of open in the midfield, and Matthews going to push this one right back out. Fade Ace going to follow him into the corner. Reverse shadow defend, and now Fade Ace, a little bit of a double commit there from the Lightning, and now it's off center, but still going to find its way in as Mike was following that one up perfectly to find that one touch off the back.
And this really was an excellent play. Just sort of trying to get something to happen there. And even though it looked like a double commit from the Lightning, ultimately it was a strange double commit offensively from the Eclipse that allowed them to transition so quickly. And the Lightning go up 1-0, but this time much less quickly. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left in the second game here in the series.
Yeah, and I think it's just the defense of the Eclipse are setting up, and now Ace with a great fake to get past Matthews. I don't know if that was a whiff or a fake from Matthews, but great play from Ace to get it past him. We went for the demo attempt on Ace, and Ace just dodged it out of the way and just puts that one in the back of the net. Now 2-0 for the Lightning in the second game. And
yet again, we're seeing 100% goal participation from Fade Ace for the Lightning. He's been involved in both goals so far here. So Lucy pulling it out of his backfield, but straight into the hands of Mike, who's waiting at the midfield. Matthews couldn't turn around in time and just sits awkwardly on the goal line. Has to watch that one go in over his head.
Yeah, and keep the counter on that too. Fade Ace with another assist. 10 goals in this series for the Lightning. 10 goals with Fade Ace participating in.
Absolutely. So far, player of the series, Fade Ace. We'll see if the Eclipse can get anything going here. There's still 3 minutes and 6 seconds now ticking down on the clock here in game 2. Lucy with almost the final read on that long bomb from Matthews. Mike trying to take the ball here off of the ceiling, ignores it, lets it go. Fade Ace goes up, but Lucy's there. Matthews with a quick shot, not quite on target though. Excellent way to read and beat the Lightning, but not quite enough to put it into the net like we were saying earlier.
Yeah, and it's great play from both teams really to stress that midfield possession. Now Matthews coming off the backboard. No touch there because Lucy's all the way back. And now Mike gonna bring this one back out, looking for a second touch. Gets it. Ground pinch opportunity, but doesn't quite get the ground pinch where he wants it. Now Lucy gonna put that one right back on net. Beats out Fade Ace for their first goal of the game, 3-1 with 2:23 to go.
Yeah, they actually, Lucy here just catching Fade Ace a little bit slow, and so puts both of the ball and Fade Ace back into the net, sends him flying a little bit, and says, hey, don't forget about me. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in game 3, and the Lightning now up 3-1.
Yeah, and a bit of a slower pace than we saw in game number 1. Lightning really focusing on their opportunities. Matthews with a little bit of a triple tap off the backboard. Leaves the net open for Fade Ace. And that one's going to find his way in. He muscles it in off the Esper. And that's still 100% goal participation.
Still 100% goal participation. That's a huge dive here as the second man from Lucy that lets Fade Ace walk this one down. So far, that's been the story of the series. It seems like, Fade Ace is making some great plays, opening things up on the offense, but also seems like the Eclipse have made quite a few mistakes that the Lightning really are just capitalizing on. Speaking of mistakes, there's Mike going flying past as a second man challenge. Lucy's up, but can't quite get the angle. The Eclipse will stay on offense for now. No, Fade Ace gets a good 50, pushes the ball out, but Lucy's there to pick it up in the midfield. Mike up in front of the goal line, sends it downfield, gets a little bit of clear, relieve that pressure. Matthews, though, in the corner, sending it back down the field, and we're playing a little bit of ping pong so far here. Still 1:40 left to go in this game, and again, the ball bouncing off the backboard, bouncing off the corner. Open net, though, catches Mike out. Matthews drills it home, 4-2, and again, the deficit's down to 2, so the Eclipse are doing their best to keep this game close.
Yeah, and what I'm noticing is that the defensive rotation of that second man is really what's leading to all of these goals on either side of the field. Is either pushing too early or pushing too late is what's leading to these open net opportunities for both Fade Ace and Matthews respectively. Is just knowing when to go if you're that second man, and if you go too early, it's kind of just open net, open season for either team.
Absolutely. I wonder if really what I've seen so far, especially out of Lucy and Mike for both either team, is strange spacing. And wow, there we have Matthews just, I don't know, a breakdown in the second man rotation there for Matthews, and Fade Ace just hits a bomb and it goes straight into the open net. The thing is that to Fade Ace, that's just a normal shot, you know?
Uncontested, just easy shot. Just you could do that in free play all you want. Just easy shot down the field, no one defending it, just puts it in the back of the net. And now Mike gonna put that one on target. Matthews has to make a difficult save, and Mike gonna push this one back out. Matthews, gonna push that one back out. Ace gonna get that one over one. Lucy gonna get a soft touch. Mike's gonna push that one right back in. We're just under a minute to go here in game number 2.
Fade Ace going for the big shot there again, just trying to do anything he can really to get in there and disrupt all of what Matthews and Lucy are trying to pull off here, because it looks like they're trying to slow things down. They're trying to take soft touches, keep possession of the ball, and just not succeeding because the Lightning are really there all the time, really showing a much better mastery of that concept of spacing, particularly for the second man, than the Eclipse have demonstrated so far.
Yeah, and the Eclipse, just these rotations seems to be a little bit awkward. Both players pushing up really far, and it's a great shot from Matthews on the drop down, but I'm concerned about those rotations because Matthews was right up there with Lucy, and if someone were to come in for a demo on Matthews, like Fade's just open net for backfield for the Lightning.
Absolutely, but we're also seeing the opposite problem. So you mentioned Matthews being really close, but we've seen Lucy being all the way in his own goal when Matthews is pushed all the way up on offense, and I think that's maybe leading to just as many opportunities because there's just nobody to apply any pressure in the midfield. Still a 2-goal deficit for the Eclipse, lining up, and there's 2 seconds, 1 second, looks like this one again, going to go to the Lightning. So Lightning now up 2-0 in this series, and I think so far we've seen Fade still has 100% goal participation. Yeah. That's right, yeah, so
He's
3 goals, 2 assists, 5 goals total.
Still on
12 goals
streak.
Across the series, 100% goal participation. That's kind of a scary stat line.
That is a very scary stat line. You want to stop it if you're the Eclipse, because if you want to have any chance to continue in this series, you gotta stop Fade's. Get at least 1 goal where he's not involved. Even if it's a giveaway to Mike, you gotta just show that he's not there for at least 1 play. Because if you get a demo on him or bump him or something, just disrupt that play. You got to get him out of there because he's showing you why they're winning this series.
Absolutely. And even though, you're seeing the Eclipse put on a couple of goals because the Lightning are making their fair share of mistakes, really it's been the story of Fade punishing the Eclipse's second man for diving, which is what we've seen in the first 2 games here. So coming into game 3, this is now a series point for the Lightning. The Eclipse have to win here. It's do or die, or do or lose the series anyhow. We will play all 5 games as we always do in MLE. Every game matters as far as the standings are calculated for the season standings and divisional and all that. But in order to get a series win here, all the Lightning have to do is win this game or win 1 more game, whereas the Eclipse now are in a position where it's either a reverse sweep or lose the series.
I didn't want to say anything because last time I said it didn't happen. But yeah, I would love to see a reverse sweep from the Eclipse. It would be nice. But at this point, Fades and Mike just look too solid to get even a game out of them at this point. And I know my original prediction was 3-2 Eclipse, but at this point I'm questioning that as Matthews looking for a drop down and Fades gets bumped out of the way. Maybe they were listening to me on the cast. Matthews getting a bump on Fades out of the net.
Matthews just staying on the ball, but wow, what a pinch. Almost on target, not quite, but the Lightning almost coming out with a very quick, very maybe unorthodox goal, at least at this rank here. Fades with a great pass, but Matthews there to cover it, staying on the ball. Lucy now driving in a second man. Matthews diving towards the net, though. Lucy can't quite make the double tap, but was a good opportunity, but the angle a little too tight, and now Fades driving the counterattack down the wall on the right side. Matthews is trying to save it from the backboard. Lucy is up, though, in front from the front post. Getting it over Fades, though, that's a big second man dive. Can Lucy put the shot on? Can't.
Yeah, and it's a big play from the Eclipse trying to get that one downfield. And that pinch that we saw from Fades and Mike, that was an insanely fast pinch. I'm surprised it didn't go into the back of the net. That looked like it was on target. But now Lightning trying to come back with more pressure on this Eclipse defense, and Lucy trying to push this one back out. It's over towards Fades, who's going to take it in the corner, driving it about midfield, looking to dribble it, but Matthews with a quick challenge, and that one's going to find the backboard, looking for a shot. Lucy puts in the first goal, and that's the first lead of the game for the Eclipse.
That's the first lead of the series for the Eclipse, but yet the Eclipse do lead 1-0. Here's a great little pinch pass from Matthews, and Lucy finally in the right spot, finally applying the right amount of pressure there as the second man, and gets it through the Lightning defense. 3 minutes 33 left to play here, though, in game 3.
Yeah, and if you're the Lightning, just keep doing what you were doing in the first 2 games. Just put on that pressure. Don't allow them to get set up on offense. Mike takes that one right off the top of Matthews' car. And Lucy going to keep this one in the zone. And Mike can try to make it a nice clear, but Lucy gets a great 50 off the top of his car. And now Matthews back up off of the ceiling. Looks for a second touch, gets the 50. It's a great dunk on Mike. And Matthews going to stay in the zone. Only one boost to his name. Lucy going to put that shot on target. Just wide. Mike going to clear this one back out. Fast break opportunity for the Lightning. And Matthews going to put that one into the Lightning zone just as fast. Looks like we're seeing a lot of changes in possession in this third game.
And definitely it seems to me like the Eclipse are playing much faster than they have in the first two games. And we've almost seen a reversal of those two roles where last game in particular, the Eclipse were trying to slow things down, play the possession game, and the Lightning were just sort of playing monkey ball, boom and chase. And now we're seeing almost the opposite, where the Eclipse have decided to play fast and play hard, and Lightning are trying their best to control the game, and it's working out in the Eclipse's favor so far. 2 minutes 22 to play, still 1-0 in favor of the Eclipse.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing to note is we haven't seen as much as Fade Ace on the ball as we had in the first two games. They're really limiting him to the amount of time he has on the ball, keeping it, moving it around the play. Mike having to make all the touches and all the saves. And Mike going to try to bring this one upfield, looking for 50 with Matthews, but he doesn't get it to go. And Matthews going to try to 50 this one back in off of the corner. Be a tough read, but Lucy's there up in the corner on Fade Ace, and Matthew's going to try to keep this one in. And Mike's going to push it right back out. Now fast break opportunities for Lightning.
Oh, and kind of a missed touch there for Matthews. Lets the ball leak through right in front of the goal, and again, Fade Ace is there to put it in to bring the game back even 1-1.
And that is 13 straight goals that have had a Fade Ace impact. For the Lightning, 13 goals in this series, 13 goals with Fade Ace at least getting an assist or a goal on them. And
that's just a wild statistic to me.
Insane statistic.
Anyhow, just to let everybody know, we have a heads up. I've just been informed that we're going to have a quick intermission after this game, so there will be about a 5-minute break off the stream before we get underway with Game 4 of the series. We will be coming back to bring you the rest of the series, but we'll have a little break in between Games 3 and 4.
Lucy going to miss that touch unexpectedly. Fade is going to boom it back down the field. Matthews off of the backboard, but doesn't quite get it out. Now it's going to pop out for him. Big 50 into the corner, and Fade is not going to be able to get a touch here. Lucy looking for the shot. Doesn't find the back of the net. Now Fade is going to try to battle with Lucy in the corner for this one. And now Fade is going to bring this one up. Just trying to defend on the wall here. Good pass out into the middle, but Matthews is able to read it. Now a dribble attempt, looking for something here is Lucy, but Mike is there to make the save, bringing it back out now. Looking for another touch, gonna drop it for Fade Ace. Lucy gonna boom this one right back out. Pass one, but Lucy's gonna get 50 back into the middle. Now Fade Ace looking for a shot, but just wide. It seems like we're really trading possession in these last 30 seconds of this game number 3.
Right, 18 seconds to go now and counting. Still 1-1, still even, although it looks like at the moment the Lightning have the slight advantage. They have the boost, they have the ball, but can't really make anything happen there off the wall. Matthews gets a big clear. Another touch back to the backboard again, although this time Fade Ace is up for it. Lucy there for the shot, couldn't quite put it on. This one will likely hit the ground. No, Fade Ace keeps it up, coming off the right wall there, trying to air dribble all the way over one. Can't get it over the second into the net, and we go into overtime.
And now we're going to see what the Eclipse are really made of. Do or die territory for game number 3, and Matthews looking to get a touch off the backboard. Drops it down. Fade Ace to Lucy, and now big 50 out from Mike, and Fade Ace is following that up. Looking for a shot on, but Matthews able to get that one out. Now, a big bump on Fade Ace looking for the backflip, but shoots right back down to the side of the field. Now Lucy puts that one off of the back wall. Lucy with another touch, a third touch, over to Matthews, going to find its way in, and a great pass and play from Lucy to get 3 different touches on the ball. Sets it up for Matthews to win game number 3. And we have a reverse sweep possibly incoming in these next 2 games.
Hopes for the reverse sweep certainly stay alive. The Eclipse take game 3 here. And just to remind everybody one more time, we're going to have a quick 5-minute or so intermission between games 3 and 4 there. But that absolutely was excellent mechanical play from Lucy to just stay on the ball, not let the Lightning squirm out away from underneath that pressure. Matthews is there to drill it home. They finally take their first game win of the series.
And that was a great game for the Eclipse to win as well, because you held Fade Ace to only 1 goal on 2 shots, only 2 shots in total for the Lightning, 10 shots in total for the Eclipse, just holding in all of that offensive pressure. And we'll be back shortly with game number 4 and game number 5, but it's going to look like a great series if the Eclipse can keep this up.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. We'll see if the Eclipse can pull off the reverse sweep when we're back.
time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us so, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of frozen in a dream. I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us whole, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. Go on, myself. I'm cold steel stainless. My glass half full. Always said don't suffer no fools. Serpents, daydream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth.
Alrighty, and welcome back, folks. Sorry for the intermission there. We had to deal with a little bit of technical difficulties, as are bound to happen here when you're dealing with, an amateur league and people doing this on their volunteer time and all that. Things happen. So we did manage to get them cleared up there, and you see that we did have a match during the intermission, but that one is not going to be part of the official match tally there. We're just about to get underway here with Game 4. Once again, joining me here in the booth is Pikachu. Welcome back, everybody, and we're looking to get this one back underway.
Yeah, and that game not counting, reverse sweep still in play.
Absolutely.
So, Eclipse can somehow pull this out. My prediction will be right, and I'll go to bed happy.
Yeah, and honestly, given the momentum that they had coming out of Game 3, I expect that they'll have a pretty good shot at it here.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they can go hold 8 ace back, demo bump plays. I don't think Mike is specifically their real issue. I think it's Fade's passes and Fade's shots that are really the most effective fighting. Mike's playing great. It's just, oh wow.
That's just one of those where, like we say around here in MLE, we take those. So Lucy with sort of a weak shot on, but Mike with a weird clear, not noticing that Fade's was there to kind of clear that one out pretty easily. And Fade's unfortunately gets stuck with the own goal there. And the Eclipse go up 1-0 early, only 8 seconds played so far in game 4.
And Fade's own goaling, just trying to cement the fact that he's participating in every goal on his own team and on his not on his own team.
Absolutely. This is definitely the series of Fade's goal participation so far. So still 13 goals so far scored by the Lightning, in this series, and still 100% goal participation by Fade's, and now even one more that he's participated on for the Eclipse, just to make sure that they're not feeling left out, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Fade's needs to know, hey, I'm here for both of you guys, even if we are right now. Sometimes things happen, and he's still playing great, in my opinion. Unlucky, unfortunate bounce off the top of his car, but only a minute gone in this war, and the Eclipse looking to control the tempo here. The big miss coming up from Mike, where Demo is losing. He's able to get away from that one. Now looking for another bounce, but 50 by Matthews, and I think the Eclipse are doing way better on their 50s, especially in this game number 4, than they have in the rest of them.
Absolutely. We're seeing them with a lot more presence on the field, a lot more ball control. Lucy with a great beat over Fade's there. Can he get the cut back? No, Mike is there to save it. But Matthews puts it back on, and that shot is going to do it. So now the Eclipse go up 2-0 here in game 4. 3 minutes and 33 seconds still left to play, but we keep saying the hopes for a reverse sweep, they're still alive.
Yeah, and the momentum seems to be swinging the way of the... I don't know what happened in game number 4 off stream. Well, actually I do, but it seems like the Lightning let all the wind out of their sails. Game number 4A, let's call it.
We'll just call it the brief intermission. Lucy with an excellent double tap there. Wow! God, you love to see that.
Clip of the week material, play of the week material from Lucy with that amazing double tap read. Best backboard read we've seen all night.
Absolutely. And so just a reminder, folks, exclamation point POTW, get yourself a clip of this. Make sure you clip it directly from the official stream and get that submitted so Lucy can have a chance to get himself a case of balls piranha there for that.
Now, Matthews coming off the... Oh, what a dunk by Matthews. Now Lucy went up for it. I don't know if he got the foot set on that, but it sure looked like he did.
Yeah, looking like he was going to have it there, but Fade's both beating him to the ball and stealing the boost out of the corner here, but Lucy stays on it, gets 50 by Mike, but Matthews is there, and Fade's is going to make it back in time, and the Eclipse are absolutely running away with this now. 3 minutes left in game 4, 4-0 Eclipse, and like we keep saying, at this point it seems like the momentum is just all in the hands of the Eclipse.
Yeah, and momentum favors the Eclipse. Well, you're right, and if we go into a game 5 scenario on a reverse point, I think the Eclipse take it just because of how much momentum they have, especially in the number 4.
Absolutely. It's definitely looking more and more likely, but of course you have to remember that reverse sweeps really are uncommon for a reason. They're incredibly hard to pull off, and you can definitely get yourself the momentum and then still drop it in game 5, and I mean, we see that all the time in other tournaments, especially in RLCS. But that will require, at this point it seems like the Lightning are going to have to just make some sort of adjustment and find a way to stop the absolute freight train of momentum that the Eclipse have right now.
Yeah, and if you're the Lightning, you just want to get a goal on the board. You don't want to go into game number 5 on reverse point with no goal. It's just a big goose egg after having the win in past. Oh, and Fade Ace with an amazing pinch shot off of the top of the car, and that's now in my saying goals. Make it 16 if you
14,
count
I think, but still, this is just a huge ego challenge from Fade Ace, and Lucy not ready for it, having the ball on top of his hood, and it just squeezes on out into his own net. 4-1, the Lightning bringing themselves back within 3 now of taking this game 4, but the Eclipse still with a strong lead. Matthews trying to get something going there. Mike will bring it from off the right side wall with a good little pop, but Matthews is back to take it across the field, away from his own goal. Yet again, putting it back into the corner, but Fade Ace doesn't go away. He tries to stay on the ball. Matthews with a good touch and a good beat on Mike, and this will likely be I said that too soon. Matthews couldn't catch up to it. Fadeace, though, allowing the ball to just sort of go over his head there as Lucy pushes it back into the corner towards the net. Mike stops it. Fadeace now with a good dribble. Matthews gets the challenge, though. Lucy coming off of the backboard. The good air dribble, but Mike doesn't get bumped by Matthews. Looked like he was about to, but Matthews just missed. And now Mike will take an air dribble of his own, goes to the air, runs out of boost, not enough to make that double tap happen. And Fadeace gets caught a little bit too close again. Matthews puts this one on, doesn't miss. 5-1 Eclipse.
Yeah, and with a minute 19 to go, Matthews just kind of putting that one on ice. Just, hey guys, 5-1 up. Now looking to continue with their lead in game number 4, and hopefully we'll see the unlikely event.
Absolutely. And honestly, this time it was Fadeace's turn. Finally, we've been waiting for, 4 games to see this, or maybe not waiting, but it's been 4 games that we haven't seen him do this, but finally making the mistake of being pushed up a little too far, not having enough space into his teammate there, and then getting caught out and dunked on all the way back to his own net. Lucy with a shot from the left side wall, can't quite put it on target. Fadeace goes out for the save, but doesn't need it. Mike taking it out on his own side wall. Matthews with a big challenge there, though, to keep the ball on the Lightning's half. Lucy's continuing to bring the pressure in the possession, but misses the touch off the backboard. Matthews gets one through past Mike, and there's nobody in the net right now for the Lightning because Fadeace gets demoed. Matthews with the attempt on the Doomsy dish, but not quite fast enough. Mike able to squeeze back in there and save it. Matthews putting the ball up kind of high mid, but Lucy not able to go in time. Matthews taking it now over into the corner, trying to get it around Mike, does manage to do so, gets the pass out, but Lucy's actually too fast, and Fadeace misses the touch to put that one all the way back into the net. It was an open net, but those darn open nets.
Yeah, we have open nets on Wednesdays, but we don't have open net on Sundays. No, we love the show, but we don't love the actual open net, do we?
Ooh. Well, they'll get one for the road there. That'll take us all the way down to the end of time for Game 4. The Eclipse take it 5-2. And now the series is at 2-2. With the reverse sweep hopes very much still alive, the Eclipse going to look to take it back here in storming fashion for Game 5 here.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 things to realize here. The reverse sweep is still active, but also we are through 4 games of play. Actually, 5 if you count the 4A that we did before, where Fadeace has not been involved. He's been involved in every goal for the Lightning.
Absolutely. So yeah, we have now, you're right, 14 or 15 now. 15 goals scored for the Eclipse in this entire series. 15 goals in which Fadeace has participated. Still 100% through 4 games. It's just, at this point, it's becoming a rather ridiculous stat. I don't know if anybody's ever had a performance quite like this. But definitely interesting to see just how quickly the Eclipse have managed to adjust in this series. They've managed to bring the momentum back down their way. They're playing very stout, I would say, right now. They're not letting 50s get past them. They're not whiffing touches that they shouldn't be. They're keeping sort of almost like a calm and collected presence on the field when it comes to possessing the ball, which is really something awesome to see. It's not super common. Even here in CL, it's still something that's difficult for most players at this rank to be able to do. So, really a huge adjustment there.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that we said at the beginning of this cast for the beginning of this, Matthews really kind of showing the ice in his vein as well for knowing that they're down 2-0, and Matthews, I believe you said, being the overall pick in that first draft for CL and being that kind of aim for Lucy to hang on to these 2 games that they've won. And now we're into game number 5, and really anything can happen at we're in the territory where if the reverse sweep happens, I'm literally going to scream like a schoolgirl. I don't know. I've never had a reverse sweep on stream before.
So far here, we've got Game 5 underway. We're only about 20 seconds in. We've seen 2 strong shots from Fadeace, but they've been nowhere near the net. So Fadeace definitely trying to put his stamp on Game 5 and get the Lightning out to an early lead, but so far missing the mark. The Eclipse, though, struggling to get out of their own defensive third at the moment. Matthews takes the ball, but gets 50 by Mike. Mike goes back up in the corner and now rolls one up the wall. Lucy's there on the backboard, but not a great clearing touch. Fadeace almost sneaks it past Matthews, but what a save to pinch that into the post and get it out of there. Now Matthews leading the counterattack, has a dribble. Fadeace looks to be low boost, but Matthews also at 0. Gets it past him, but puts it into the post. Lucy collecting, taking it to the corner. A little bit of an air dribble. Gets a 50 in front of the net, but unfortunately it goes the Lightning's way, and now the Lightning putting the counterattack together. Matthews, though, with an excellent touch, taking it to the corner, coming off the ceiling, trying to get one past Mike. Does succeed in that, gets it over Fade Ace, can't quite put it on though. And here we are now, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. A whole quarter of this game is gone, and still nobody's scored.
Yeah, it just goes to show you neither of these teams let up on defense, not wanting to concede any space in game number 5, knowing how important it is coming down to game number 5, especially in the territory. Matthews with a great shot off the backboard. Lucy gonna find the touch, and it goes back off of Matthews, I think off of a bump in the net. Comes off the ceiling, gets the touch, comes down. It's the bump on Fade Ace and puts it in off of Mike. That is an insane shot.
That's beautiful. And honestly, there, I thought that Lucy might have actually gotten the final touch off of Mike, again, because Lucy was sort of collapsing on the ball. But according to the game, it registers that Matthews was the last Eclipse player to touch it. So Matthews will take credit there. Really a nice setup, though, to go from the ceiling and at least try for the double tap that Lucy was able to sort of clean up there. Fade Ace now with an air dribble, looking for the pass out to Mike, but Lucy reads it in time. Fade Ace getting the boost, trying to keep it going here, but Matthews is there on top of the ball. Doesn't have complete control of it, leaves it in the midfield, maybe a mistake. Does get a big bump on Mike, and now it's wide open. And gets another bump there, and Lucy puts it through now, 2-0. All in favor of the Eclipse. What an excellent heads-up play here by both Matthews and Lucy, especially once he sees the shot to come out to go and get Mike again, even though he ended up sacrificing himself.
Yeah, the sacrificing himself to get the goal and allowed to go really heads up play from him up. Nothing in by this deciding game. And Eclipse looking like they finally figured out how to play against this Lightning last couple games. Very clear out for another goal. Mike's gonna get that one off of the sidewall. Boost where they get to pass Matthews, but not past Lucy. Has a little bit of work with. Gets the flip, goes for it, but Mike's going to be there to save that one away. It goes with about half the game gone, and we need to see the Lightning do something here if they want to stay in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, so 2 minutes 20 now left on the clock. And like we said before, 2 minutes 20 is a long time in twos, and still anybody's game. Anything can happen here. But right now, the Eclipse really just showing that they're keeping control of the ball. We haven't seen a whole lot of Lightning possession there as Matthews tries to get a shot past Fade Ace, but Mike is there to save it. Lucy put it to the backboard. Actually, not the backboard, it's in. So Lucy getting yet another goal, putting the Eclipse up 3-0 now. 2 minutes left in game 5. And honestly, it's really looking like the reverse sweep's on here.
Yeah, and think about it. I think we've seen that the big change for the Eclipse that it's been is limiting Fade Ace on shot opportunities, pass opportunities. We haven't seen him touch the ball as much, if at all, in the last 2 games, or 3 games actually. And it's kind of hindering that offense of the Lightning because he's been involved in every shot, every goal that the Lightning have scored. And when he came out of the equation, it just doesn't work.
Mike, though, almost forcing something in there, taking a 50 with Lucy on his own goal line, and it was awkward enough that it might have just gotten past Matthews if it was on. Unfortunately, it wasn't. For the Lightning, Matthews trying to possess the ball, but Fade Ace with a good set of bumps there, pushing him off. Now Mike versus Lucy, but Lucy gets the good clear with a little doink out to midfield. And another 50 on Fade Ace, goes in favor of the Eclipse. Matthews is up, can't quite get the angle to put it all the way back towards the net, but does manage to get it to the backboard. Mike can't keep complete possession of it. And Matthews with a good little pinch there to beat Mike at the midfield. Doesn't quite get the dunk there on Fade Ace, though, so now we see a 1v1. Fade Ace versus Lucy. And Lucy recovers very slowly. Mike, though, absolutely bends it, ruins the opportunity, sends it into the post there, and that one's got to sting. That's not what you want to see when you're down 3-0 in a game 5 like this.
And we're into the last minute, and they really needed a goal there if they wanted. And that goal is the first goal in 25 minutes of game that was not directly impacted by Fade Ace. The streak has been broken.
Which is a shame. It was kind of cool to see Fade Ace having 100% goal participation, but at this point, I'm sure the Lightning will take the goal. 48 seconds left. The Eclipse still lead 3-1. The Lightning still trail by 2 goals. They need to find something here, and they need to find it fast.
Yeah, they do. Fade Ace going to find that one off on the sidewall. There to read it perfectly and pushes that one right back out. Doesn't get a 50, but it puts it back right to Matthews. Fade Ace going to put that one right up. Matthews should whiff. And off of the crossbar and in for a loose. Mike just following that one up. Thank you very much. Do we take those?
Yeah, we
4-1
absolutely
with
do. I'm not sure that this one would have gone in without, yeah, that was bouncing out, and Mike just getting up there to try to block the initial touch ends up putting it back in. So 4-1 Eclipse, 26 seconds left. And at this point, the reverse sweep seems all but inevitable. All the momentum is in favor of the Eclipse. Three goals in 20 seconds seems almost an impossible ask for the Lightning. Can they do anything? Can Fade Ace, the star of the Lightning for this entire series, can he participate in 3 more goals? 10 seconds now on the clock as time continues to tick down. The Eclipse just playing, trying to keep the ball away from the Lightning. 3 seconds left now. Looks all but settled down. 1 second left now. It's a complete impossibility. The Lightning have let this one slip through their fingers. The Eclipse pull off the reverse sweep in astounding and exciting fashion. 3-2 Eclipse the series win.
All right, so my brain hurts because not only was my prediction right, but the reverse sweep also happened. And I've never seen that happen before on the stream. So I'm just happy. I'm going to go to bed happy tonight because I love the Eclipse and I love Lightning. You did your best, but eventually they just broke through on the offensive side of the Eclipse, figured it out, and 3-2 the final series score for the Eclipse winning series going into next week with inter-conference play.
Absolutely. So heartbreaking fashion. What a way to lose a series, but definitely what a way to win one for the Eclipse. Great Rocket League. We love to be here. We love to see it. So just to wrap things up here, one more reminder that if you want to support either of these two teams, or there's any other teams in MLE that you want to go and rock their merch for, hit !ProLine in the chat. Those are merch, flags, jerseys, hoodies, all with team-specific decals and coloring and everything, brought to you by Guardian ProLine. Be sure to check those out. And for my friend Pikachu here in the booth, I'm Nigel Thornbrake, and that's going to do it for us here on this one.